This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin FREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol, live. I'm Jim FREAKIN. It's a freaking Sunday. Oh, Warlord, good evening. I didn't get a chance to read exactly why CPI was disbanded. I also don't know all that much about the organization either. But anytime an organization devoted to educating people about alternatives to our status quo, I am all about it. Jim FREAKIN. Also, it's going to be a very short stream tonight. Not that I'm actually going to be on here a short amount of time. That's not happening. The Troll Patrol section of the show will only be about 30 minutes tonight, as I will be joining in with Jason Society's Stonercast tonight. You guys are going to hop on there with me. I think I've got everything set up correctly. I did this earlier and then realized, no, fuck, that's not going to work. And then had to go and grab another camera. In order to bring you guys along with me, I needed a second camera to make that happen. Lucky for me, I got one. Oh, you guys can't see me pointing at the second camera. Oh, so we're going to run through the news really fast. All the happenings that are fit to happen. Let me go ahead and give you your meme of the day, feeling down. This cat has some advice for you. Just poop. It's probably that you have to poop. Not high enough. I am not. New game of boobs. Oh, there is new merch up on the Freak store. I do want to point that out. Who doesn't? Everybody, even gay men like boobs. Even gay men like boobs. There's new merch up on the Freak store. The long requested Cancel Justin is up. Warlord already bought a sticker. Apparently, it's telling people that it's a hot item. The Cancel Justin sticker. You can get a Charlie Kirk sexual anarchy shirt. Because you know you want one of those.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Sky Comet! You can get you a... I'm not high enough for this shit. Because I am not high enough for this shit. But this is my personal favorite that I made at the end of a manic episode at 9 o'clock in the morning. That seems to be how this always happens. Oh shit, Smokey. Buddy, you gotta warn me. The all-new Don't Be Like Mike. Crack is whack. Oh, it's even on the sponsored card down there. Don't be like Mike. Crack is whack. That's my favorite of the new designs that went up on the Freak store today. I want you to show the cat. He was just here. Meow. Oh. Trying to grab the microphone. Fucking up my shit over here. My mic was doing some... God damn it! My mic was doing some crazy shit, and I was like, why won't you stay in place? I would devour the cat. I'd just eat him up. He's such a cutie. So if you wanted to eat one of my cats, that's Maynard. That's Maynard. He is juicy, plump. He looks like a pot-bellied pig. He lays around a lot. That's the cat. That's the cat. He ain't impressed by me saying that, though. Oh! Shit, I ain't got much time, and I got news to tell you guys. So let's get down to the news. I'm not even gonna preview what we're gonna talk about. Lindsey Graham is indeed one of the things we're gonna talk about, though. We're gonna start off tonight with a little international news. The daughter of a Putin ally. By the way,
the daughter of a
you might have noticed that I misspelled ally multiple times in the title before I got it right, because apparently I didn't know how to spell ally until today. I got it wrong once. I went, wait a minute, that's not right. Got it wrong again. Went, wait a minute, that's not right. And then had to look it up and like, oh yeah, maybe I'm just stupid.
Close Putin ally killed in a car bomb near Moscow. Russian investigators confirmed that Daria Dugin was killed in the blast, her family saying she borrowed her father's car, suggesting
what happened in the alley. Apparently there was a car bombing. What up, Flash? Good evening.
He's been called Putin's brain and is a staunch supporter of Russia's invasion. And this morning, Ukrainian strikes targeting Russia's military might in occupied Crimea. Videos circulating online show smoke seen rising over Sevastopol, the city's Russian-appointed governor saying a drone was struck down and fell through the roof of Russia's Black Sea Fleet headquarters.
Yeah, it seems pretty
Ukraine
based.
has not commented on the strike.
Утром проснулись.
We heard a pop of an explosion. We heard two similar ones yesterday evening when we were walking at the seafront.
She seems cool. Just judging her by her appearance, she seems cool.
Russian airbase in Crimea destroyed 8 fighter jets. This as Ukraine nears its independence.
I mean, I don't mean to stereotype, but she seemed like she might give you some Molly at a concert or something. And then you be living in sexual anarchy.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Warning that Russia could take its already brutal assault on Ukraine even further.
I hope she's okay too.
Zelensky saying Russia may try to do something particularly cruel. The milestone also slated to fall exactly 6 months to the day Russia's invasion of Ukraine began. The standoff intensifying, forcing civilians to flee en masse. This evacuation centre in Zaporizhia helping to provide food and temporary shelter for families from the occupied areas, including many young kids. Even for the local children, like 9-year-old Rostislav, war is now a reality of life. Here, helping his mother at a volunteer centre to weave nets for the Ukrainian military. Do you know what this is for?
Okay, so this is the first time I'm hearing the details of the story, Flash. Just anti-war Russian, probably. I don't know. This one's gonna be hard. I don't know what you mean by planted copies of Sims 3. This one's a new one to me. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Have they been planting copies of Sims 3 on people, or is this just a joke that went over my head? Because I'm not high enough for this shit, or too high for this shit. You never know. It's kind of like Charlie Kirk's face. Did I Photoshop it? Did I not Photoshop it? You'll never know. You'll never know.
Оружие і танки, щоб захищати воєнних, які
Weed RB, what is up? Oh, and you guys over on the YouTube are gonna get a taste of more of the Twitch style fare here in a little bit.
допомагаєш і
When we drop in on Jason Society's Stonercast.
тобі весело.
Rostislav there, an example of the realities of growing up when your country is at war. And 6 months...
I guess I should have been translating Rogoslav's comments, the cute little boy in Russia, or maybe that was in Ukraine, as opposed to plugging my appearance on the Stonercast here in 20 minutes. Jason FREAKIN? Whoop. Oh, well, let's get through a few more of these stories here, because we are pressed for time, and I want to be able to talk about this. And I'm gonna have to hit the content warning for this one. A deputy has resigned following video of him harassing a pregnant mother. Oof. I believe this happened in Florida, Bradford County, Florida.
A
Ebony Washington and her 3 children were on their way home to Jacksonville from Gainesville last Friday around midnight when they saw lights and heard
Don't go to Florida if you can avoid it.
See, in this police body came the Bradford County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Jason DeSue had his lights and sirens on after the deputy says Washington was traveling at 75 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour speed zone. But Washington says that she wanted to get to a well-lit area and put her hazard lights on instead of pulling over.
Why did
100% within her rights. She absolutely should have done that.
I felt uncomfortable. Like,
it is, and first of all, like, she's a badass. I can already tell. Check her out. Those glasses, those earrings. She's cool as fuck. And she knew exactly what to do. It's probably on that specific police department's website that they can indeed go to a well-lit area to stop. Almost certainly.
area?
because it was dark with my kids. I felt uncomfortable. Like, I didn't want to be able to not have anyone else around.
Hold the vehicle, we'll put you into the ground.
Shortly after this was set, you see in the body camera video that the deputy pulled into a gas station. He gets out of his vehicle and you see him point his gun at Washington's vehicle.
You make any movement, that'll be your last mistake you're gonna make.
Fuck you. Fuck you big.
You can see Washington's hands are outside the vehicle like the deputy had asked.
And what was your reaction when he was pointing the gun at you?
I didn't know he had a gun until he said, when I told him my seatbelt was on, and because he was telling me to get out, and I said my seatbelt was on, and he said,
Mayor, the cops shooting into the crowd in Denver like a week or two ago. We did indeed do that one.
Step out.
You can see the deputy take Washington's arm aggressively after he handcuffed her. She is 4 months pregnant.
I'm trying to tell you the only reason why I didn't stop. I'm a married, educated woman with a master's degree. I swear, Lord knows I'm not doing. I was only not because it's dark out, and I have three kids with me. I'm pregnant, and I did not want them to feel uncomfortable.
Just shut up.
Yes, sir.
About the lie.
Yes, sir.
Don't
the lie.
Does it frustrate you that you even had to say to an officer, I'm an educated woman?
Absolutely. I feel like my personality, my persona.
Oh, that probably pissed him off even more.
Obliging, I was corresponding. I felt like, okay, if that didn't get them, maybe I need to say that. But at the same time, I'm like, why is that the case?
Washington was given a speeding ticket and apologized to the officer.
I just want to apologize again.
Apologize for yourself for not thinking.
Had I done
No, motherfucker, you owe her an apology.
Side of what he asked me to do, that could have been an opportunity for him to pull the trigger.
Well, that came to an abrupt end. Didn't go back to a reporter or anything. Just kind of cut her off.
Ebony.
Let me go ahead and hit the content warning for this one too, because it might be slightly triggering. Man in Atlanta accused of spray painting swastikas. And yet you see breaking news about 4 people injured in a shooting. There have been multiple shootings this weekend. None really had a body count. You know, it's just another day in mass shooting USA. There have indeed been multiple shootings. Man accused of spray. If I sat here and tried to highlight every shooting that doesn't have a body count in the U.S., we'd just be here all night. Man accused of spray painting. I shouldn't be laughing while I'm saying this. Man accused of spray painting swastikas on Midtown Rainbow Crosswalk arrested after a standoff. A standoff with police.
Police released surveillance video of a suspect accused of spray painting a swastika and homophobic slur on Midtown's Rainbow Crosswalk.
The vandal struck overnight at the intersection of 10th and Piedmont. That's where Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live tonight. Deidre?
Deidre Dukes.
And it is the second time this crosswalk has been defaced this week. Police do suspect that the same man committed both crimes, and it's also believed that he carried out a similar act at the National Reserve Bank just this morning at around 2 a.m.
I mean, that I can kind of get behind.
They rallied here today at the crosswalk in a call for unity.
A show of unity in Midtown Atlanta Friday.
At times like these, when swastikas representing anti-Semitism and hatred of the Jewish people, here expressed at a place that is about love and love for everyone.
An expression of love in the face of hate. The Consul General of Israel in Atlanta and members of the consulate team demonstrated at 10th and Piedmont after the man in the surveillance video reportedly spray painted a black swastika and an anti-gay slur on the LGBTQ rainbow crosswalk overnight.
We are all here to say, in the face of expressions of anti-Semitism and hate, that we are Israeli, we are Jewish, we support the LGBTQ community, and we are proud.
A swastika was also spray painted just up the street around the same time at the Federal Reserve Bank. Investigators believe the same person is responsible for both acts of vandalism. It's the second time in 2 days a swastika was discovered at the intersection.
As I speak, I have investigators throughout this neighborhood. We have investigators working.
Wait, that dude just...
And the investigation is progressing, and I anticipate...
That dude just did it in broad daylight in front of a busy intersection that was stopped when he was walking through the crosswalk. That's wild.
We'll have this individual identified and in custody soon.
Atlanta police released this image of the suspect Friday morning after reviewing surveillance video from area businesses. Interim Chief Jaron Shearbaum joined demonstrators at the crime scene Friday afternoon.
This is horrible. This is not Atlanta. This is Atlanta of love and acceptance of tolerance, and this is what this intersection represents.
As police search for the vandal, those here urged...
Was it a black guy? What?
Against hate.
I mean, I don't know, because the footage wasn't exactly clear, but like the dude kind of looked ethnic in a way. Like, you're painting swastikas? What?
APD asking anyone with information in this case to give them a call or contact Crime Stoppers. In Atlanta, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Wow. So they still haven't caught the guy. He's still on a swastika spraying rampage in Atlanta. So be on the lookout if you're down partying in Hotlanta anytime soon. The swastika bandit is on the loose. I'm not saying it sounds like I'm making fun of it in a way. I am, but I mean, it's a serious thing. I hope the dude is caught. Because, I mean, we are living in really weird times here in the U.S. where a Texas school district ordered librarians to remove copies of an illustrated version of Anne Frank's diary. Now, you might have seen the meme going around online about them removing the Bible. This is what any challenged book was removed while they reviewed them. A Texas school district is demanding teachers and librarians remove copies of the graphic novel version of The Diary of Anne Frank from classrooms and library shelves. The graphic novel was part of a list of books previously approved by book committees in Texas's Keller Independent School District last year. However, new school board members elected in May have created new guidelines for acceptable books and have ordered that all previously challenged books come off shelves once again. Jennifer Price, Director of Curriculum and Instruction at Keller ISD, sent an email to teachers and librarians on Tuesday notifying them that they had a day to remove all of the challenged books from school shelves. By the end of the day, I need all books pulled from the library and from classrooms. Please collect these books and store them in a location. The email obtained by Insider read. Price forwarded Insider to Keller ISD's communications department, who provided a statement from the district. Right now, Keller ISD's administration is asking our campus staff and librarians to review books that were challenged last year to determine if they meet the requirements of the new policy. Other books on the list include the Bible, I Am Jazz, and Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Books are required to be pulled off all The books are required to be pulled off all shelves in the entire district. Once again, I'm laughing at myself and my horrible delivery, not at this chilling fucking story from elementary to high school. And I saw people all over the Facebook saying it's the left burning books, and then you show them the right-wing pastors burning books, and they still don't accept it. Monsieur, Cicero, Ray, love you guys. Welcome. Good evening. We're going through the news really fast tonight because I'm going to be on Jason Society's Stonercast here in just a few minutes. So I really want to be able to get to this. Let's move to CNN from this morning.
Welcome back to State of the Union. I'm Jake.
Before we get started with this clip of the representative, I just want to let everyone know who might not be aware that I would give everything I own, to piss in Dan Crenshaw's open eye hole. Give me that eye pussy.
Tapper, as we wait for more information on the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago, Republican lawmakers are largely standing by former President Trump. And joining us now to discuss is Texas Republican Congressman Dan Crenshaw. Congressman, thanks so much for being here.
Poor Dan, my ass. What are you saying, poor Dan? Because even his supporters don't fucking like him.
Let's start with the fact that you're a former Navy SEAL.
Who gives a shit?
Depended on the intelligence community in very real, tangible ways to protect your life and those of your brothers. As someone who understands just how precious intelligence.
No, it's not ending. You guys are going with me.
If it bothers you,
you're still going to be with me. You're going to the Stonercast with me.
Location at Mar-a-Lago. We know that one box was labeled TSSCI. That's top secret, sensitive, compartmented information.
Yeah. Well, look, you know me, Jake, and I'm not one to withhold criticism and even make my own side mad. I want to get to the truth. But I will be honest with you here. It's hard to justify what the Department of Justice did here, in my opinion. And here's why. Here's what it really boils down to. It's not a question that it's bad to have classified material in a non-SCIF environment, right? So that's a non-secret compartmentalized infrastructure there. That's wrong. But there's ways to mitigate that. There's ways to resolve that issue.
But they tried. They've been trying for over a year now, Dan.
To give these documents back. He's been cooperating with them.
No, he hasn't.
Now for months. And so why take it to this?
He has not. He lied to them.
From Republicans, you're seeing everyone coalesce. It doesn't matter what side of the issue they're on with Trump. You've seen a lot coalesce around this one because it does seem unjust. And there does seem to be a long history of loss of credibility at the Department of Justice at the hands of Democrats. And I think people are rightfully frustrated about that.
I think we all agree on what should be done to Nazis.
Who would argue that
we can say things that are creative.
Absolutely. So it just gets to the point, though.
So, but what I'll say is, and look, you're right. There's a lot we don't know. So I can't defend anything, but I will say, it did.
The poor podcast listeners listening to this, we're talking about Dan Crenshaw and the FBI raid and everything, and all of a sudden I'm like, I think we all agree on what needs to be done with Nazis, just out of the fucking blue. But apparently there's been a long conversation going on in the chat that I've only been in and out.
Go to a magistrate judge. The FBI director signed off on it. He was appointed by Trump. There was concern, according to the documents that have been released, about whether or not information would be destroyed. So, look, a healthy skepticism about law enforcement and FBI raids is always fine and welcome as far as I'm concerned. But isn't law enforcement innocent until proven guilty as well?
Yeah, again, people signing off on it doesn't mean it's...
But Jake did not ask the tough question of Crenshaw there. God damn. And in case you came in late, just making sure everyone knows, I really, really, really want to piss in his eye pussy. Really want to piss in his eye pussy. It's like, that is my goal in life. I will die a happy man. I just give up after that. Like, I don't want to. Ain't nothing else for me on this earth. All right. God, I'm running out of time. Fuck you, Dan Crenshaw, though. Fuck you. Fuck you, Lindsey Graham. Federal Appeals Court halts Graham testimony before Atlanta grand jury. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit temporarily blocked Senator Lindsey Graham from testifying before a special grand jury investigating Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Now, this should just be temporary. Yes, temporarily blocked Senator Lindsey Graham from testifying in the investigation. The ruling by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit gives a temporary reprieve to Mr. Graham, who has been fighting prosecutors' efforts to bring him before a special grand jury. Hilda Beast, good evening. Sitting Cow, good evening. This should get resolved. I would like to read more into this because I like to find out exactly what's going on, but we're up against time here. We're up against time, and I want to watch this little clip. Chuck Todd confronts GOPer opposing IRS agents. Because, they have been all up in arms about IRS agents.
Let me ask you about
Radical Maniac, good evening.
Because I just don't get it. Because a lot of Republicans have talked about dealing with waste, fraud, and abuse. The current head of the IRS, who was a Trump appointee, said he didn't have enough people to essentially, that the biggest problem we have is people don't pay the taxes that they're supposed to pay. If you're upset about extra IRS agents, stop cheating on your taxes, Congressman. And I'm not saying you personally, but I mean, I'm talking about in general.
I'm saying you personally, Andy Barr. You're probably cheating on your taxes, you fuckstick.
Believes that people should pay their taxes, but the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office.
I don't think you do.
At this legislation, this reconciliation bill, this Inflation Expansion Act, says that $20 billion of these audits are going to come at the expense of low and middle income Americans. When Joe Biden in his campaign promised the American people that, taxes were not going to go up for people earning less than $400,000, that was a lie. This bill is going to come at the expense of the American people. Raising taxes on energy producers, job creators, and people trying.
This is we're raising taxes on rich people. That's exactly what he's talking about. But he's saying they'll pass the costs on to the American people. So the American people are going to have to pay it, so why are we even going to tax them? Nonsense fucking argument. Nonsense.
As a conservative, it's getting harder and harder to not look like a kook.
There could be a reason for that. You could just be a kook. Occam's razor says the simplest explanation is usually the best.
Trying to save for retirement in the middle of a recession. I don't know for the life of me why they think that's a winning strategy in a situation where Americans can't afford gas, they can't afford groceries. Heck, moms can't even get baby formula right now. So the economy is...
Is that still a thing? I hadn't heard about that in a while. Is there still a baby formula shortage going on? Somebody update me on that one. Okay, here's a cat on the football field. This happened during a... Yeah, cats are usually like that.
There are state troopers all around this cat, which now climbs up into the stands. And the fans are running for their lives. Now it goes back.
The fans are running for their lives from the cat. Commercial break. And then when I come back, I should have their channel up. You guys will I'll be able to talk to you guys and also talk to them at the same time. If I did everything right. So I'm gonna go hook up with them when you guys get back from this commercial break. We're gonna be on the Jason Society's Stonercast. Yes, I'm going to be on Stonercast right now.
We live in turbulent times. The media is full of deception, conspiracy theories, and fake news. Now, more than ever, it is important to ensure you're getting information from a source that's freaking reliable.
I'm Justin Mullins, and this is the Freakin' News.
Get a breaking or interesting story with a humorous twist in about a minute weekdays, 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, and more.
Gwyneth Paltrow is one of the biggest stars on Earth. An actress, a singer, an author, an entrepreneur. She is an Academy Award winner and owner of a successful lifestyle brand, albeit with a questionable name. Why then is she stealing her ideas from a barely known comedian from Appalachia? Earlier this year, Paltrow launched her This Candle Smells Like My Vagina product under her Goop brand. There's just one little issue, Miss Paltrow. I came up with the idea for pussy candles back in 2013. It's from my stand-up comedy routine, Pussy in the Morning, where I coined the concept of a vagina-scented perfume I called Eau de Toit. The next line in that routine goes a little something like this.
And that inspired me to create a scented candle, which also looks like a vagina and smells like a turned-on vagina. So you burn it, you get the smell of vagina, and then after it's finished, it looks like a freshly fucked pussy, all floppy and sloppy.
So, since Miss Paltrow is clearly infringing on an idea I had that long predates her product, I would like a cut of that $75 she's charging for her ripped-off cunt candle. Please donate to my legal fund by visiting my Patreon. Show this bougie liberal elitist that she can't steal her ideas from the hardworking people of America's heartland. And I will use the money from that settlement to bring affordable pussy-scented candles to market. Available to all the masses, not just Elton John. Elton John? Why does he like the smell of pussy?
Now we turn to YouTuber Justin FREAKIN. The guy's, he's a formidable voice in the culture. Uncensored and unfiltered political talk and debate from a leftist perspective. The day's top news stories and videos with astute social commentary.
Not high enough for this shit.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked sick aesthetic.
Right-wingers are morons.
You brought back the wrong kind of fucking cake, you idiot.
Guess I gotta thank Matt Walsh for introducing me to Justin FREAKIN.
Yet you're like, we'll pray for somebody. You think you can telepathically communicate with a deity, and you have the audacity to say somebody else has a mental disorder. For the love of God. Hi, I'm Justin FREAKIN. I'm a leftist broadcaster and comedian, not liberal, leftist. And despite what you may have heard from right-wing propaganda, George Soros isn't handing out Soros bucks and funding people like me. There are no Koch brothers, Mercers, or any number of right-wing think tanks funding content on the left side of the spectrum the way they fund people like Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and Dennis Prager. And YouTube doesn't monetize videos that are controversial or deal with politics unless you're someone like Steven Crowder. So this is an ultimatum. Become a patron. Support my Patreon, or I'm going to become a right-winger and get some of that easy money. You know for a fact that I could be bigger than Charlie Kirk or Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing!
All I have to do is talk about how I used to be an SJW snowflake, but the left went too far with their cultural Marxism, and Republicans are stupid enough to buy it, even though this video exists. And you know I'm right, so give me your money or I'm selling you out.
Now we turn to YouTuber Justin FREAKIN. The guy's, he's a formidable voice in the culture. Uncensored and unfiltered political talk and debate from a leftist perspective. The day's top news stories and videos with astute social commentary.
Not high enough for this shit.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked sick aesthetic.
Right-wingers are morons.
You brought back the wrong kind of fucking cake, you idiot.
Guess I gotta thank Matt Walsh for introducing me to Justin FREAKIN.
Yet you're like, we'll pray for somebody. You think you can telepathically communicate with a deity, and you have the audacity to say somebody else has a mental disorder. For the love of God.
We live in turbulent times. The media is full of deception, conspiracy theories, and fake news. Now, more than ever, it is important to ensure you're getting information from a source that's freaking reliable.
I'm Justin Mullins, and this is the Freakin' News.
Get a breaking or interesting story with a humorous twist in about a minute weekdays, 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, and more.
All right, so I'm going to come back to you guys for just a little bit. I'm muted with them, so they can't hear me. So like we're waiting to get into the.
Is the remaster worth it?
We're waiting to get into the room. I've also got to fix my camera up over here. My second camera is not working for me. I gotta do something like this. And give them my virtual camera. Boom. But it's weird because it's flipped. I should be able to switch that in settings, actually. I thought there was a way to flip it. I may just have to jump off of here. I mean, like, I can do this, but like I'm flipped on their side, so it looks weird with my chat that's flipped backwards, and I thought there was a way that I could. It has backgrounds, but it doesn't have a flip. Sorry, I'm sure this is real fun for you guys. Putting on a real entertaining troll patrol tonight. Yeah, I'm just I'm gonna go ahead and hop off with you guys, I guess. I'm sorry, Mater, I never showed you a cat. Let me give you the... Just because this is gonna look better if I'm... not here on OBS, so I'm gonna hit you guys with the link. I'm gonna hop off. Yeah, I can raid them. That's perfect. Why? Duh, Justin. What am I thinking? Thank you for pointing that out, Mater. That's a much better idea. So I will be back with an actual newscast tomorrow night. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin FREAKIN. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live. And sorry to cut you guys short on YouTube. That was the main thing, is I wanted to give people on the podcast and the YouTube content.